Welcome back everyone to Full Throttle Drive. My name is Taylor. In today's video, I wanted to talk about what I feel is a huge topic surrounding the all-new 2020 Corvette C8. Now, for a long time we have known that the Corvette C8 would be moving to the mid-engine layout. With this, we knew that we would get better acceleration times along with much better handling. But the biggest question of all was finally answered when the car was finally released on July 18th. And that would be, what would the Corvette C8 cost? I can't tell you how many comments I received over time telling me that the car would be well over $100,000. And of course, I always pushed back at all of these comments that I received, knowing that GM would know their consumer. Their consumer would not be willing to pay over $100,000 just for a base Corvette. We also, of course, had the Corvette forum member Zerv02, who kind of broke headlines around the Corvette and expressed that without a doubt, the all-new Corvette C8 would be priced at $169,900. He said he had someone on the inside that was going to confirm this, and this stirred the markets because everybody thought that the brand new mid-engine Corvette would no longer be attainable for them. But sure enough, here we sit with an incredible mid-engine Corvette that does 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, has grip of over 1G, and has a starting price at under $60,000. The whole car has been fully redesigned and even comes with a brand new dual clutch transmission. But this leads us to wonder, just how is this possible? I've always believed if something is really too good to be true, then it probably is. But does this phrase hold true for the brand new Corvette C8? No, and let me tell you why. GM went into the process of building this car knowing that they would have increased costs for both R&D as well as increased material costs. I mean, have you seen the interior? Whether you like the looks or not, you cannot deny the fact that it looks fantastic as far as quality is concerned. Donut Media's review of the interior cabin showed that it lacked one of the most used parts in previous Corvettes: plastic. Where you see carbon fiber in this edition of the Corvette is real carbon fiber. The leather wrap pieces are real leather and the aluminum is everywhere. So how did GM keep the pricing down on their all-new Corvette? It is actually pretty simple. It's through the use of economies of scale. Now, just a quick little explanation. Economies of scale is the effect that takes place on per unit cost as production increases. So GM has increased fixed costs in the beginning, but this cost is decreased per unit as it gets spread out through higher sales volume. The more Corvettes that GM sells, the better their profit margin becomes. So to further explain, most of their cost for research is already done, it's already up front. So whether they sell 1,000 units or 100,000 units, that fixed cost remains the same, but the more that they sell, that their per unit of each Corvette becomes lower. Taj, the chief engineering of Corvette, actually referenced this in a local interview that he did, saying that they made a huge investment in the Corvette C8, hoping that it would pay off in higher sales volume. And my guess is that they will succeed, as the new 2020 Corvette C8 is already making a mark on automotive history. So as you can tell, GM really had a lot to live up for this car, and they seem to have nailed it, all the way down to the incredible pricing they are providing the public. Now, 60 grand is still a lot of money for a vehicle, but when you look at the layout, the technology, the engineering, and just the capabilities you get out of the car, it absolutely begins to stand in a league of the supercars. I actually just saw an article talking about how much love that the C8 is receiving from Ferrari chat. Even Ferrari owners cannot deny the incredible value the Corvette provides the buyer. And I pulled a few comments from that thread. One Ferrari owner says, "Nice looking car and you can't beat the price. It will be interesting to see where they price the higher performance variations." Another member of the thread actually purchased one and he said, "I put my deposit down on 7/22/19 with Boardwalk Chevrolet as they gave me MSRP pricing unlike most of the other dealers out here in LA. I am one of their first 50 allocations that they have and I'm really looking forward to it." So he has expressed how excited he is even though he owns a Ferrari. Now, the final comment that I have is actually probably my favorite, and it comes from one of the top members of Ferrari chat, and he is a Ferrari enthusiast, and this is what he had to say. "Well, I finally saw the car up close and personal. Now, first disclaimer, the two gentlemen responsible for the way the exterior looks are two of my closest friends. If I like the car, I'll be accused of favoritism. If I'm critical of the design, it'll be like telling someone their child is ugly. So with that out of the way, I can say with no hesitation whatsoever, it is a home run out of the park, period. I didn't know what to think from the plethora of online photos. The design is complex. It looks like a Corvette, check. It looks like a mid-engine car proportions, check. The car has an aggressive stance and a presence, check. The Acura NSX and Audi R8 should just pack it up and go home, in my opinion. I believe this car will be a major success. It is a great shot in the arm for the home team. Now, of course, there were a few individuals that did pick on the Corvette, but they themselves found themselves under fire from a pushback from a lot of the other forum members. So again, even on Ferrari chat, this car is receiving tons and tons of praise. And just for a bit of fun, I did check out the option list for a Ferrari 488 GTB, and I found out that just the option pricing for all of their carbon fiber parts and options come to more than the pricing of a base C8 Corvette. Yeah, you heard me correctly. If you fully spec'd out a 488 with every carbon fiber option available, it would add up to almost $70,000 on top of the base price, which is already $250,000. A few examples being the carbon fiber steering wheel is $7,600. The carbon fiber rear diffuser comes in at a lofty $9,600. My guess is that you could get both the LT2 upgrade and the Z51 package for just a bit more than you can for a 488 carbon fiber rear diffuser. So honestly, whether you are excited about the new 2020 Corvette or not, you have to give props to GM for building a car that hurdles an already lofty expectation bar. So as always, everyone, please let me know what your guys' thoughts are on the all-new 2020 Corvette C8. I'm so excited, and of course, I do have an allocation put in for one, and I cannot wait to share this whole process with you all. I do get to see the Corvette in person September 22nd. It's coming to my local dealer, and I'm going to get to see all of the different colors, the options, and talk with a top engineer that comes along with the car. Hopefully, they can answer a few questions. If there are any specific questions that you want me to ask that day, please let me know below. I'm making a list of questions that I'm going to try to get answered that we may not already have as of now. But thank you guys as always for joining me on today's video. If you did find it informative, helpful, just fun all around, please support my channel and hit that thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, please think about subscribing. We would absolutely love to have you join our community. And as always, you all take care. We'll see you next video.